Welcome back to AI Reviews. Like always, I am your host, Lee. Today we are having an AI review Dragon Age The Veilguard 4 times, ranging from loving it to hating it. I am personally looking forward to this game. The series is one where I have completed every prior game and generally enjoyed them. But let's see what the AI thinks.
Dragon Age The Veilguard is a triumphant new chapter in BioWare's beloved fantasy RPG series, released on October 31, 2024. As a longtime fan of the Dragon Age universe, I was thrilled to dive into this latest adventure, and I'm delighted to say that it not only met but exceeded my high expectations. With a richly woven narrative, enhanced gameplay mechanics, and a beautifully crafted world, The Veilguard deserves nothing less than a perfect 4 to 4 stars. At the heart of The Veilguard is the introduction of a new protagonist, Rook, whose journey is both personal and epic. Players have the opportunity to customize Rook in depth, influencing not only their appearance and class, but also their backstory and moral compass. This level of customization deepens the role-playing experience, allowing players to fully immerse themselves in the intricacies of the Dragon Age world. The game's narrative is a masterful continuation of the series' lore, particularly focusing on the enigmatic figure of Salas, the elven god known as the Dreadwolf. The plot intricately weaves together the threads of past narratives with new conflicts and characters, creating a story that is both fresh and deeply rooted in the Dragon Age mythos. The addition of new locations like Ravane and Minrathous adds layers of exploration and discovery, enriching the player's experience with stunning visuals and complex socio-political dynamics. Gameplay in The Veilguard has seen a significant evolution, most notably through the introduction of an open ability wheel which streamlines combat and provides a more fluid, dynamic action RPG experience. While some longtime fans may miss the old tactical combat system, the new mechanics make for thrilling and engaging battles, with each companion's unique abilities adding depth and strategy to every encounter. BioWare's commitment to rich character development shines brightly in The Veilguard. Each of the 7 companions is meticulously crafted, with their own distinct personalities, backgrounds, and motivations. These characters are not merely aids in combat, but are integral to the story, influencing the narrative based on their interactions with Rook. The potential for romance adds another layer of depth, making the connections between characters feel real and impactful. The development team, led by veteran BioWare developers who have been integral to the series from its inception, has done an exceptional job of maintaining the spirit of Dragon Age while introducing innovative elements. Their expertise and passion for storytelling are evident in every aspect of the game, from the complex narrative arcs to the detailed world building. The art team, under the guidance of Matt Rhodes, has outdone themselves, creating environments that are not only visually breathtaking, but also rich with history and lore. In conclusion, Dragon Age The Veilguard is a masterpiece of modern RPGs, seamlessly blending tradition and innovation. It offers a deep, immersive role-playing experience, enhanced by superb storytelling, complex characters, and innovative gameplay. For its outstanding achievements in game design and its profound contribution to the Dragon Age legacy, I give The Veilguard a resounding 4 stars. It is a must-play for fans of the series and newcomers alike, promising countless hours of adventure in a world that feels as real as it is fantastical.
Dragon Age The Veilguard, released on October 31, 2024, ventures forth into new territories in BioWare's storied RPG series, introducing an array of fresh gameplay mechanics and deeper lore. My journey through the game, as a long-standing fan of the series, was marked by mixed feelings: pride in the innovative gameplay and a sense of disappointment with aspects of the story. This dichotomy leaves me awarding the game a 3/4 stars, with particular reservations about the narrative. The introduction of Rook, the new protagonist, provides a promising start. The extensive customization options for Rook are impressive, affecting not just aesthetics but also influencing personal backstory and game interactions. This deep level of personalization enriches the immersion and connection to the game world, setting a strong foundation for the story. However, it's in the unfolding of this story where my concerns begin. The central narrative of The Veilguard aims to explore and expand upon the lore surrounding Salas and the Veil. While ambitious, the execution of this plotline feels hurried and superficial. Key developments that should deeply impact Rook and the companions often seem rushed, leaving little room for the emotional resonance or complexity these moments deserve. For instance, critical revelations about the Veil and its effects on the world are delivered with minimal buildup, which dilutes the potential impact and reduces what should be pivotal points in the story to mere plot devices. Furthermore, while the game introduces intriguing new areas like Ravane and Weishaupt, the connection between these locations and the main storyline can feel tenuous. The narrative thread meant to link Rook's actions in these areas to the overarching threat posed by Salas is often weak, making some of the quests feel disjointed from the main story. This lack of cohesiveness makes it challenging to stay engaged or fully appreciate the stakes of Rook's journey. The shift in combat to a more real-time action-oriented system, though refreshing, also metaphorically mirrors the issues with the story, fast and engaging in the moment but lacking depth. The battles are thrilling yet sometimes overshadow the need for strategic depth that previous games mastered. This change, while innovative, might not sit well with all fans, much like the story's pacing issues. In terms of visual and auditory presentation, The Veilguard excels. The environments are beautifully rendered, and the soundtrack is both haunting and fitting, enhancing the atmosphere of each scene. However, even these technical achievements can't fully make up for the narrative shortcomings. In conclusion, Dragon Age The Veilguard represents a bold step forward in terms of gameplay innovation and visual storytelling, but takes a step back in narrative depth and coherence. The game is undoubtedly a must-play for fans of the series for its new mechanics and detailed world. However, those looking for a story that matches the complexity and engagement of earlier installments might find it lacking. Thus, I give Dragon Age The Veilguard a commendable but reserved 3/4 stars.
Dragon Age The Veilguard, released on October 31, 2024, arrives with a promise of grandeur, aiming to redefine the boundaries of the storied franchise with new gameplay mechanics and deeper narrative explorations. As an ardent fan of the Dragon Age series, my expectations were high, yet the experience delivered was fraught with inconsistencies and missed opportunities, leading me to rate it a 2 out of 4 stars. The introduction of Rook, the new protagonist, brings a fresh perspective to the series. The extensive customization options are commendable, allowing players to deeply personalize their character's appearance, class, and backstory. However, the excitement wanes as the narrative unfolds. The story, centered around the complex lore of Salas and the Veil, is ambitiously set but poorly executed. Key plot developments feel rushed and are often presented without sufficient depth, making it challenging to fully engage with the overarching themes of betrayal and redemption that the series is known for. Narrative pacing is a significant issue throughout the Veilguard. The story arcs intended to be profound often come off as underdeveloped. For instance, interactions with new companions are intended to drive the plot but instead feel like obligatory steps towards predictable outcomes. The game's attempts to interweave the companions' backstories with the main quest line feel forced and incoherent at times, diminishing the potential for genuinely impactful character development. The shift from traditional tactical combat to a more action-oriented approach is jarring. While the real-time combat injects a dose of adrenaline into encounters, it sacrifices the strategic complexity that was a hallmark of previous entries. This simplification might appeal to new players, but for veterans of the series, it feels like a step back from the intellectually engaging battles that required careful planning and tactical foresight. Visually, the Veilguard is a mixed bag. The environments are beautifully crafted, showcasing the art team's dedication to creating immersive and visually striking settings. However, the character animations and some graphical elements do not meet the same standard, occasionally breaking immersion with their lack of polish. Moreover, the game's soundtrack, while generally fitting, sometimes clashes with the tone of scenes, further highlighting the game's struggle with tonal consistency. The dramatic orchestral pieces are expectedly robust, but their placement can feel incongruous with the unfolding action, particularly during key narrative moments which demand a more nuanced auditory accompaniment. In conclusion, Dragon Age The Veilguard tries to be a groundbreaking addition to the Dragon Age universe but ends up feeling like a collection of missed opportunities. The game's narrative fails to captivate, burdened by pacing issues and superficial character exploration. The gameplay, while streamlined, lacks the depth that longtime fans might expect. While it brings some innovative ideas to the table, the execution leaves much to be desired. Thus, I can only give Dragon Age The Veilguard a lukewarm 2 out of 4 stars, recommending it with reservations to newcomers and fans alike.
If you're hunting for a textbook example of how not to extend a beloved RPG series, look no further than Dragon Age The Veilguard, released on October 31, 2024. This latest installment takes everything that made the original Dragon Age Origins a masterpiece and throws it into the nearest abyss. For its abysmal failure to capture any of the series' former glory, I give this catastrophe a painfully generous 1 out of 4 stars. Let's start with the protagonist, Rook. While the customization options seem extensive, they're merely a facade covering the utter lack of substance. Rook feels like a hollow avatar, not the richly developed hero we expect from Dragon Age. The narrative attempts to weave complex lore involving Salas and the Veil, but it's so rushed and fragmented that it's impossible to get emotionally invested. Key plot twists are presented with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer, missing the nuanced storytelling that defined the series. The combat system is another letdown. BioWare's shift to more action-oriented mechanics might attract action RPG enthusiasts, but it alienates longtime fans who cherished the strategic depth of the original. This dumbed-down combat lacks the tactical engagement that once made battles both challenging and rewarding. The visuals and audio aren't much better. Yes, the environments look impressive if you can actually see anything through the game's incessant, gloomy lighting. This over-stylized darkness does nothing but obscure important visual details. Meanwhile, the soundtrack, which should enhance the atmosphere, instead clashes with it, often overpowering scenes with its misplaced intensity. And the dialogue, don't get me started. The interactions that should carry emotional weight come off as forced and unnatural. The voice acting fails to deliver the necessary impact, making the characters' plights feel trivial and their victories unearned. It's as if the voice actors themselves couldn't believe the lines they were reading. Adding to the disappointment, the much-anticipated exploration of new territories like Rivain and the Deep Roads turns out to be nothing more than a series of visually appealing but shallow backdrops. These areas, ripe with potential for rich storytelling, are instead used as mere settings for the next set of disjointed quests, contributing little to the overall lore or the player's engagement with the game's world. The game's attempt to deepen the lore around Salas and the implications of the Veil sounds promising on paper but is executed with such a lack of finesse that it feels more like a cheap narrative trick rather than a meaningful expansion of the series' universe. The complexity and moral ambiguity of previous games' narratives are replaced with a black and white portrayal of conflict that lacks the depth and engagement of its predecessors. In conclusion, Dragon Age The Veilguard is a masterclass in how to dismantle a franchise. From its superficial character development to its lackluster plot and the butchering of beloved gameplay mechanics, this game is a shadow of what Dragon Age used to be. It's more than just a misstep, it's a full-on plunge into mediocrity. For anyone who holds dear the memory of Dragon Age Origins, steer clear of this debacle. It's a stark reminder that some legacies are better left untouched.
Like always, if you make it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. I typically have at least 2 videos out per week. AI reviews like this one, or real reviews, depending on the release schedule. If you're also looking forward to Veilguard as well, let me know who your favorite character is from the series. Until next time.